Hello and welcome to the RPG channel. Today we're going to be talking about Conan for the Xbox 360. And this is one of those games that sort of slipped under the radar and came out with a whole lot of publicity back a few months ago. Conan, based on the character by Robert E. Howard. I started playing this game looking for a cheap God of War clone, and that's pretty much what I got. The story here pretty much involves Conan, who inadvertently desecrates some shrine and awakens some ancient evil, and spends the rest of the game trying to fix it, but more importantly from Conan's perspective, get back his lost armor, which the ancient evil thing takes away from him whenever it wakes up. Pretty much par for the course as far as Conan stories go. The enemies tend to gang up on you and use swarm tactics for the most part. And the combat system is pretty much what you would expect from a hack and slash, and there are some pretty fun cinematic special moves that work like a parry system. Nothing extraordinarily innovative, but still it's nice and fun and simple. Conan, like a lot of games in recent memory, requires this little mini-game where you have to push buttons to perform certain actions, but fortunately it's never of the push this button to not die variety, at least not until much later in the game. Completely in keeping with the genre, you have the option to save scantily clad women throughout the course of Conan's adventure, which really serves no purpose, but is completely appropriate for the character. You earn experience throughout the game, which you can use to learn different move combinations for the various weapon styles. The weapon styles are somewhat diverse because you can pick up weapons that get dropped along the way, and while you'll probably find yourself favoring one particular style over the others, there's not an extraordinarily large deal of customization here. It's mostly just light attack, strong attack. The gameplay here is pretty fun when you're just fighting regular enemies, but the boss fights use the push buttons during a cutscene mechanic way too much, and it's mostly just pattern recognition, like learning when you can attack a boss and when they're going to do what move. And after you have that figured out, you're pretty much good to go on pretty much any boss in the game, really. But for just going through mindless minions, it's a pretty good time and an easy way to kill several hours. Speaking of cheap boss fights, you're going to hate this guy a lot. This part was horrible.
Oh god, what would be a good